to our audio commentary coverage. This broadcast is not an official product of this competition.
6-0 on Wednesday to progress automatically to the last 16 of the UEFA Champions League. Joshua Smith talking you through all the action live here on Flash Score of this one, as the Anfield Cop serenade the stadium ahead of kickoff. And it's Newcastle who will get us underway momentarily. And we are now underway at Anfield. The ball played straight away to Trippier at right back. Hits it down the line. It's flicked on in the air by Elanga. And out of play for a Liverpool throw. Picked up by Kirkaz. One of very few fit and able defenders for Liverpool. So many injury problems in defence for the Reds. Gomez and Frimpong, the latest casualties for Arne Slot, just to make that headache more of a migraine. Here's Tonali on the end of the throw. Plays it across to the left-hand side. It's played down the line for Barnes, who tries to step inside Szoboszlai. He's been forced out for another throw-in. 45 seconds gone already at Anfield. Liverpool 0, Newcastle 0 live here on Flash Score. A welcome morale booster in midweek for Arne Slot's side. On the back of conceding at the death to lose 3-2 to Bournemouth, the result that dropped them out of the top four and stretched their winless run in the league to 5. As the ball switches here, looking for Ekitike. It's out of play for a throw. Taken quickly by Trippier. Tonali heads it back, and Byrne leaves that expertly for Pope to come out and gather. Thrown out to the left-hand side, and Hall puts on the afterburners, goes past the halfway line. Still going here, Hall finds a brilliant ball through for Gordon in the box behind the defence, through the legs of Van Dijk, and turned behind by Kirkaz, and out for the first corner of the game. 90 seconds in, Liverpool 0, Newcastle 0 live here on Flash Score, and a really clever ball through from Hall. Brilliant run from Gordon, curls his run, dips in and out of the offside line, gets the ball through the legs of Van Dijk, who gets the faintest of touches on it. It's just enough to put it in the path of Kirkaz and away for now from danger. The ball spotted on the left of the goal as we look for the corner. Dan Burn, Willock, Barnes, Chow all at the back post. Tonali puts the ball in, it curls to the edge of the 6-yard box, headed away. Elanga will head this down for a teammate. It's Trippier who's at the back, anchoring everything for Newcastle. Plays it to the left-hand side, and the referee stops play because Willock is down from that corner. He's holding his right knee and his right ankle simultaneously. I think it seems to be his foot that he's concerned with. 2.5 minutes in, we have a stoppage in play for the first injury. Oh, he's collided with the... Oh, that's Chow collides with the back post. Willock, it looks like he's trodden on. I don't think there's much in this. We certainly didn't need to see a stoppage in play. But the physio is on, which means he will of course have to make way temporarily before he's waved back on by the officials. Eddie Howe and his coaching staff looking at the monitor to see a replay of what happened there. I think the main concern here is that he might have tweaked the ankle as he was caught, so there could be concern of a twist or a sprain, but he's back on his feet. He's moving a little bit gingerly at the moment, which you would expect. But I think he'll be fine to continue. 3 minutes gone. Liverpool 0, Newcastle 0. First stoppage in play. And the Newcastle fans applauding their man as he comes off the field of play. I'm sure he'll be reintroduced before too long. We are now back underway. Here's Hall. Plays it down the line back to Byrne, who whips this one left-footed up the wing, headed back into play by Szoboszlai, turned away by Konate and out for a Newcastle throw. This is 17 yards from the goal line. Barnes picks up the ball, throws it down for Hall to come and collect. He's going to throw this one in, just drying the ball on his shirt. Szoboszlai organising the back line in the box. It's a short throw to Tonali, and Szoboszlai comes out. That's brilliant from him. Boots the ball straight at Hall and out for a Liverpool throw-in. Really clever from the Hungarian. been so impressive for Liverpool this season. Throwing taken short. It's a quick 1-2, and now back with Szoboszlai. Plays it down the right-hand side, looking for Ekitike. The ball is lost, and Newcastle will try and counter here. Elanga slips the ball in for Gordon, who's agonisingly close to the ball, but can't quite make contact. And that one will roll to Alisson, who rolls it out himself here to Kirkez. It's a nice 1-2 with Ekitike. Tries for the overlapping run. The ball's been stopped in the middle by Elanga. Loose ball picked up and sprayed out to the right-hand side. Here's Wirtz. Plays it on to Mo Salah. He's got 2 to run at. Back to Wirtz just outside the box. Tries to sidestep his defender. Newcastle stand firm and clear the ball. Now here's Gordon. Bit of space to break here. Down the right-hand side. Still going Gordon. He's slowed his pace down to allow his teammates to get there with him. There's the overlapping run from Trippier. He chooses instead to put it to the back post. It's over everybody. Elanga at full pelt just keeps it in play with the slide and manages to get it down the line to Hall. Hall's got Szoboszlai and Salah to try and beat here. Szoboszlai's done really well there. The ball goes out of play for a Newcastle corner. Both sides were appealing for the decision there, but it's gone the way of the visitors. 5.5 minutes gone. Liverpool 0, Newcastle 0, live here on Flash Score. Reminder to get your messages in. We'll read out as many as we can throughout the first half, and indeed in the second half as well. Liverpool fans, if you're not at Anfield, if you're watching at home or listening at home, thoughts on today's game as it unfolds. And Newcastle fans as well, presumably not made the trip. Tonali puts the signal up from the corner. It's whipped into the 6-yard box again, and it's flicked away. And again, both teams are appealing for the decision. It has, I think, gone Newcastle's way again. Dan Burn is happy with it, so I think it has indeed. It's gone for a Newcastle corner. 6.5 minutes played, goalless so far at Anfield. We'll have a rundown of the Premier League table in just a moment as well. And it's Hall who comes across to take this. Again, it's going to be a left-footed in-swinger. The referee making sure he's happy with everyone. Dan Burn looks intently at this one. And Hall puts the corner in. Oh, it very nearly snuck in at the back post. Nobody touched it. And it's gone wide of the far post. Alisson immediately on his feet. And he's not happy with Dan Burn. The referee's come over to just calm things down. Just watching the replay now as the ball comes in. Dan Burn backs into Becker, puts him into the back of his net. Yeah, as he jumps up for the ball, Dan Burn just puts in that challenge and knocks him off his feet. He goes wide of the far post harmlessly anyway and out for a goal kick, but Alisson not happy with the contact. So Liverpool sit in the table going into this one. Newcastle immediately behind them in 7th and 3 points behind. Level on goal difference as well. So a Newcastle win would put them above Liverpool. Literally on goal difference. If Liverpool get the win, they will go above Manchester United into 5th. Here's Tonali. Shielding the ball, trying to keep this one in play. Wirtz doing everything he can to try and stop him. He's managed to get the ball back to his defenders here. Dan Burn plays it short to Chow. And another break in play because off the ball here, McAllister is down. The referee comes over to assess. Oh, Gordon pushes him off the ball as Wirtz is battling with Tonali. He just throws an arm at McAllister. VAR will take a look at this, and McAllister's holding his throat. It's not as severe as McAllister is making out. Gordon does put hands on him and push him away, which is a booking if the referee sees it. VAR can't intervene for a booking, of course. They can only look at this and say, is it a potential red card incident? And for me, the hands aren't high enough. He's skirting with it, don't get me wrong. It's a naughty one from Gordon. But it's also the sort of thing you'd expect in a fierce game. It's part and parcel of the sport. The referee speaking to Anthony Gordon now, and of course Virgil van Dijk, the Liverpool captain. But as I say, the referee can't give a card because he didn't see it. VAR can't intervene for a yellow. There's not enough in it for a red. and play resumes. But Anthony Gordon needs to be careful, because he will very much be in the referee's mind now. As we rejoin the action, there's a throw-in for Newcastle on the far side, taken by Hall. Good battle in there from Konate. The referee disagrees. He gives the Newcastle free kick. Anthony Gordon comes over to take it. 10 minutes gone. Liverpool 0, Newcastle 0. Dan Burn again makes his way into the box to get on the end of this set piece. Real physical presence. And it's Trippier who's been chosen to take this free kick. He puts it straight into the box, and Dan Burn is up. It's headed up in the air. Willock's trying to take it down. He just about gets it away to Hall. It's still in the Liverpool box here. Hall teaming up with Gordon, being forced out wide by Szoboszlai here. Bundles him down. He's looking at the referee for the free kick. And I think the referee has indeed given the decision to Liverpool. And he's given the free kick. It's because when he goes down, he put the arm on the ball to try and force the referee's hand. The referee deciding it wasn't a foul, so it's a handball. Ball played back to Alisson. Oh, he's slid by Gordon. Off the ball. Gordon could be in trouble here. And it's a yellow card for the Newcastle man in the 11th minute. Slid in and got Alisson after he'd released the ball. Alisson stays down in a heap. And it's a yellow card, is a fair decision. He's gone for the ball. And he's late. But it's just a quick pass from Alisson. So a yellow card, the fair decision. But Anthony Gordon, in 2 moments of controversy already in this game, and both very close together. And I mentioned a minute ago, he's going to have to be careful. He's in the referee's thinking now. And then he immediately does this. It's very similar to the game against Chelsea, when he was an absolute menace and he got in their heads rent-free and was causing all sorts of problems. And Alisson just getting some treatment from the physio. He won't have to make way and come off the pitch in the same way that Willock did, because, well, A, he's a goalkeeper, and B, there was a yellow card shown to Anthony Gordon. He is now back up and able to continue. Virgil van Dijk has the ball at his feet, ready to get the game back underway. It's a free kick to Liverpool on the edge of their own 6-yard box, which is played out to the right-hand side for Szoboszlai, who looks to hit this one long, and does. Won by Tonali, plays it across to his right-hand side. Trippier plays it down the right. Off the ball, Willock's gone down. It's Elanga, in fact, gone down. And Kickoff continues to play. And the whistle didn't go. Newcastle need to play to the whistle there. They have got the ball back, though, through Byrne, who plays it back to the goalkeeper, Pope. Hits it long down the right. Gakpo wins that header unopposed. Back to Trippier, who heads it back down into the Newcastle box for Pope to pick the ball up. Latest possession stats. So Newcastle have had 2/3 of possession so far in this game. And that's another poor ball given away by Newcastle. It's Szoboszlai this time. McAllister back to Szoboszlai. Now here's Konate. Plays it across the centre circle. Van Dijk with a clip of the heels. Goes past the halfway line. Stops the ball. Looks up. Thinks about playing it right. Plays it back to Konate on the centre spot. Releases the ball short for Szoboszlai to his right. Takes the touch. Second touch. With his fluorescent yellow boots, plays it back to Van Dijk on the halfway line to the left of the centre circle. Again, foot on the ball, plays it forward, just trying to tease Gordon there. As soon as he pulled out of position, played the ball forward. Now the long ball over the top bounces harmlessly to Nick Pope. 13.5 minutes gone. Liverpool 0, Newcastle 0. The Reds last endured a longer league run without a win in 2002 to 2003. So we're going back 13 years now. Arsenal's defending champions are at risk of being the first Liverpool side to fail to win any of their opening 6 league fixtures of a calendar year since 1954. They're looking to try and stop that as they come through the middle. It's a good challenge to win the ball back, and Newcastle clear their lines. This has come all the way back now to Alisson. Plays it short for Konate. Just jogging towards the halfway line. Newcastle sitting back deep. Everyone inside the Newcastle half for the visitors at the moment. Here's Mo Salah. plays it down the right-hand side. First touch, ball into the box, headed away by Byrne. Picked up loose ball by Szoboszlai, leaves it for Konate. Keeps it inside the Newcastle half, plays it short. Central position here for McAllister. Plays it to the left-hand side, it's Kirkes. Down the left for Ekitike. Stops, turns, plays it back to McAllister. Sweeps this one out to the right-hand side. Touched by Szoboszlai, goes up in the air, takes it down nicely and coolly. And now with Mo Salah looking to try and cut in. His pass is blocked and goes out for a throw-in on the far side to the Reds. And they'll have a throw-in here on the edge of the 18-yard box. It's thrown back to Konate on the halfway line. Takes the touch, plays it forward to McAllister, who's got a man on his back. Seems an unnecessary risk there. Here's Van Dijk. Goes back to Alisson. Gordon decides not to close the Liverpool keeper down for now. He is now going to go for it. And Alisson, knowing he's not going to risk the lunge, takes his time. Plays it out to Van Dijk. Here's Gravenberch. Now back to Alisson in the Liverpool box once more. Liverpool 0, Newcastle 0. 15 minutes gone at Anfield. Here's Van Dijk. The ball stopped dead. Plays it back to Alisson again. Alisson plays it short to Gravenberch. Gravenberch down that left-hand side. Looks to hit this one long, and Kirkes was the intended target. It's marshalled back well by Elanga. Pope is on hand ready and gathers that one without any danger whatsoever. Rolls the ball out of his box. Ekitike is interested in this. It's been cleared away down the right-hand side. Headed back by Van Dijk. Picked up by McAllister. Plays it forward to the halfway line. Here's Wirtz, turns in field, looks to spread this out to the right-hand side. It's a brilliant crossfield ball, just too far off the toes of Mo Salah. And that is out of play for a throw-in. Well, Newcastle unable to join Liverpool in sailing through to the last 16 of the Champions League. Secured a commendable 1-1 draw away to the European champions, Paris Saint-Germain. Means Eddie Howe's men arrive on Merseyside in good spirits. Generating momentum on the back of that result is key for the Magpies, who failed to even score in any of their previous 3 domestic games, as Ekitike has a shot from distance, comfortable for Pope. And Newcastle looking to counter here. It's a quick throw out down the right-hand side. Trippier carrying the ball, stops, turns, plays it in field. Here's Willock out to the left-hand side. It's Chow. Comes a long way forward, he's got into the box. Nice bit of footwork and cleared away by Konate. Newcastle have alarmingly blanked in 6 of their 11 away league games this season. It makes ambitions of closing the pre-round 5-point gap to the top 4 appear somewhat fanciful. But a win here would go a long way to improving that. Hall about to take the throw in, stops. He was watching Dan Burn at the near post. He throws it in. Szoboszlai has put him off enough for the ball to go up in the air. Dan Burn wins the first and second header. He's headed away by Van Dijk. Picked up now by Newcastle midway through the Liverpool half. Given away badly. And there's a breakaway here for Mo Salah, who's onside. 1-on-1 here. Mo Salah still going. Ekitike gains support. Mo Salah slows down in the box to put it on his favoured left and wins the corner. But that should have been more for Liverpool. It's a mistake from Newcastle. Trippier stutters on the ball, gives it away, and Mo Salah, because he's inside his own half, can stay onside in acres of space. But when he gets into the box, he slows down. He wants to cut behind Trippier and go into the box for the shot. He needed to be more efficient with the chance there. Ekitike was steamrolling in at the back post. He looked to be the high percentage option for me. And Newcastle now with a goal kick where Liverpool really should have made more of that chance. Headed away by both players are claiming the decision should go their way. We're just seeing the replay of Ekitike's effort a few minutes ago. It was too central at the goalkeeper. Not a bad effort. Ball forward, Mo Salah on the turn, tries to get round Hall. It's a nice touch from the Egyptian king. Tries to play the ball in low. It's hit straight against Hall. And now cleared away. There might be a counter-attack on here for Newcastle. Anthony Gordon on the end of this, and he's got support coming in now into the box. Can he find it? He did, but apologies, Van Dijk, I should say, got into the box ahead of time and cleared that one behind for a corner. And it was a vital one from Van Dijk. Canate did the necessary to hold off Anthony Gordon, but there was a brilliant run into the box from Harvey Barnes. Anthony Gordon had seen him coming in. Van Dijk did enough to get the ball away. While waiting for this corner to come in, a message from Josh Pemberton saying him and his partner Tash are listening, saying, do you think Mo Salah looks off the pace? Yes, he does for me. I was going to mention that a minute ago, actually, as the corner comes in and it's been pushed away by Alisson and out for another corner on the near side. I was going to mention, just before that counter-attack, when he was trying to play the ball in low and it was blocked by Hall, I was about to say that's two chances there that Mo Salah has struggled to get past his man. There was the breakaway from the halfway line where he should have done better, and he tries to cut behind Trippier and ultimately loses out. Very soft as well. And that one for me was the one where I was going to mention Mo Salah doesn't look right tonight. He's got the pace, he's getting up the pitch, but then when it gets to taking on a man, he doesn't seem to have that confidence. Hall puts the corner in, it's going all the way to the back post, over everybody, and that is just watched out by Canate and Gravenberch for a Liverpool goal kick. So yes, Josh and Tash, I would absolutely agree that he doesn't quite look right. You go on to ask, do you think it's because of the tear up with the manager affecting his performance? I don't think so. I think Mo Salah's played well since then, not necessarily consistently, but he hasn't played well consistently all season. I don't think his performances have dropped any more than they did in the first half of the season before that bust-up, personally. But thank you for getting in touch. Go and read some more of those in just a moment. Here's Van Dijk down the left-hand side. Gakpo sizing up his man, does get past his first man, which, as we were just saying, Mo Salah's struggling to do. Teaming up with Wirtz here. Newcastle have Trippier down, trying to shield the ball, and the referee does side with the defender and give the free kick inside the Newcastle box. It was a lovely back heel from Wirtz, who's really come into his own in the last few months. He was subject to a lot of scrutiny when he first joined the club. It was a huge price tag and he didn't seem to be living up to it, but the club have been patient with him, and he's starting now to come good. He's had some good goal contributions in the last couple of months and some very good performances to match as well. Pope steps up, takes the free kick, a yard inside the Newcastle half. It sails over the halfway line, central here. Canate wrestling with Anthony Gordon to see this one bounce back to Alisson, and successfully wrestled as well by the French international, one of very few Liverpool defenders fit and in the correct position, him and Van Dijk. Kirker's favoured at left back at the moment. Andy Robertson, of course, played in midweek. But right back, Conor Bradley out for the season. Frimpong out for a considerable length of time as well. Joe Gomez is out short term, but he missed Wednesday. He's missing tonight as well. Endo played right back in midweek. Here is Alisson, plays it out short to Virgil van Dijk. It's a 1-2 back to the Liverpool goalkeeper. We're midway through the first half. Liverpool 0, Newcastle 0, live here on Flash Score. Long ball forward, crossfield down the left-hand side. Gakpo with the flick on. Kirkes can't get there. He's pulled his man down. That's going to be a free kick. And indeed it is. Let's go back to more of your messages. Thanks to Tom Spiz for getting in touch. Newcastle fan, listening at home. Derbyshire United's number 39. Derbyshire United, a charity football team based in, obviously, Derbyshire. Biggest growing charity team in the region. Thank you for getting in touch. Quite a few Derbyshire United lads listening tonight as well. All the very best for the season and in all your fundraising efforts. Here come Newcastle down the left-hand side. Barnes cuts in. Oh, he was tripped. That's going to be a dangerous free kick. Gravenberch, the guilty party. And he's not going to be booked. It was a clear attempt to play the ball. Brilliant run from Barnes. Slightest of nicks from Gravenberch. He goes down easily. I think he was waiting. He was waiting for that contact. He knew it was coming. As soon as he's felt it, he's dropped. But it's the correct decision. and it is just to the left of the D. It is in that perfect position, slightly wide of this near post to the left of the goal as we look, and a yard or two outside the box. You're looking at 20 yards out, this free kick. A couple of yards swinging wide of this near left post. And unsurprisingly, a whole host of Newcastle players eyeing this one up. Alisson in the Liverpool goal, just giving out the instructions to his wall. It's a 5-man Liverpool wall, 6 if you count the man lay on the ground beneath them. Trippier just telling Chow where he wants him in the box. Hall, Barnes and Trippier are all stood over this one. You would expect Hall's not going to take this because of the angle. He runs over it, lays it off, and the shot and goal is at the post! Brilliant effort from Barnes. It was exactly what we expected it to be, but stopping it was another matter. But the upright has saved Liverpool here. It was curling beautifully, and it's gone off the inside of the post and back out diagonally the way it came. Brilliant set-piece routine. And that finish could not have been hit much better from Harvey Barnes, who's so unfortunate to have not got the opener in this game. In the 26th minute, Liverpool 0, Newcastle 0. And it's the Magpies striking the woodwork as the ball comes into the box looking for Gordon. It's headed behind by Gakpo for another Newcastle corner. Just watching this free kick again, the little flick to separate the wall. Barnes hit it perfectly. Well, I say perfectly. If it hit it perfectly, it'd be 1-0. But it's close to perfectly as you could possibly imagine. Curling beautifully. The reverse angle on that, you can see the bend on the ball. Alisson completely beaten. And the woodwork saving Liverpool for now. Here comes the corner in. It's an outswinger to the edge of the 6-yard box and headed over by Chow. And out of play for a Liverpool goal kick. Seems to be some confusion here actually. Half of the players are leaving, the other half are staying in the box. It is a Newcastle corner. It did take a deflection. The players didn't quite seem to know what to do there. And Trippier will put in another outswinger. Dan Burn on the move in the box. Goes towards the far post this time. It's headed down and cleared away in the 6-yard box by Gravenberch. Newcastle still in possession. Hall heads it down that left-hand side for Barnes. Back to Hall on the overlap. Whips in a lovely ball. Very inviting. It was missed by everybody. And Dan Burn at the back post very nearly had an open goal. And Van Dijk's done just enough to hold him off. And the chance is gone. It's a brilliant ball in. Dan Burn wasn't expecting it to reach him, I don't think. And he's trying to get around Van Dijk at the last moment. Van Dijk does really well to shield the ball away from Dan Burn behind him and turn it away. Brilliant defending from Van Dijk. It's one of those, if he tries to get a touch on the ball, he's probably good in his own net. He can't risk doing nothing because Burn is right there, and he just rolls it round him brilliantly. Liverpool 0, Newcastle 0, 28 minutes gone. So Liverpool with the throw-in, which was controversial in itself. Dan Burn felt it should have gone Newcastle's way. Ball headed away by Van Dijk. Comes back into the box. Headed away again by Konate down the left-hand side. Willock on the ball. Fouled by Konate. Konate's not happy, neither are the Liverpool fans. It looked a clean tackle. The referee giving the free kick Newcastle's way. I'm just watching the replay of this and I think he gets the man and then the ball. He does get the ball, and in the first angle we saw, it looked a good tackle, but looking back, he has to go through Willock to get there. Correct decision from the referee. Willock, the walking wounded. That's 2 knocks he's taken in this first half. And it's not even half an hour old yet. Next to Scott getting a touch, asking who do I think has been the biggest standout of the season, Lewis Hall or Harvey Barnes? It's a very good question. I would say Hall, and I'll tell you why in a minute. As the free kick comes in, it's headed away, and Tonali lines up a volley from a long way out. Speculative effort, and that is very much out for a goal kick. Because when I've covered Newcastle games, Harvey Barnes has come off the bench more than start, and he came off the bench in a couple of games I was watching, and Newcastle needed a goal, and he had chances, and he didn't take them. He played well, but coming on in the crucial stages of the game that he did, I can't recall which games they were, but there's a couple of games where he came off the bench and Newcastle were chasing either an equaliser or a winner, and he had a couple of big chances off the bench late on, and he didn't take them. And if you start a game and miss a chance, Mo Salah did earlier on, that's one thing, but when you come off the bench and you need a goal and you miss a chance, it resonates and it sticks in people's heads. And I haven't seen him play from the start particularly this season, whereas Hall, I've seen him start a few games and he's always impressed me, and indeed tonight, both are playing well tonight. But both very, very good players and both key parts of this Newcastle side. There's a real battle going on here as Tonali dances through the midfield, and now Barnes dinks it right-footed down that left-hand side, and Willock is forced out of play, and that will be a Liverpool throw. Of big challenges that came in, robust challenges. One was from Hall, who we've just been talking about, to try and keep hold of the ball on Wirtz, and he did. So still goalless here as we enter the 32nd minute. Here's Van Dijk on the halfway line, down the left-hand side. Kerkez puts his foot on the ball, looks up, plays it back to Van Dijk on the left-hand side of the centre circle, plays it through beautifully for Wirtz. Bit of space here for him to Ekitike with his back to goal, back to Wirtz. Tries to wrong foot the defence, lays it off to Gravenberch. Now here's Szoboszlai down the right hand side. Mo Salah takes the touch on the left, tries to go in field. He's done it again, giving it straight away to Hall. Cannot get past the first man tonight, Mo Salah. And the ball is out of play for a Liverpool throw. Hall trying to come away with the ball, held off really well by Virgil van Dijk. Liverpool have the throw in. Now here's Wirtz, drops it back to Konate. Into the centre circle with Virgil van Dijk. Again, just slows the game down, takes his touch. And now the ball played into the box for Ekitike, one-on-one. Oh, it's a lazy effort, it's saved. He tried to dink it. There's no real venom in that chance. And it's a good save from Pope. It's out of play now for a Liverpool corner. I think he might have been off. Oh, I don't know, it's very, very tight actually. I might be being a bit harsh on Ekitike there. He's tried to dink it, but I think he's just got to put his foot through that and hit it across goal there for me. Liverpool with their first corner of the game. Newcastle have had 7, incidentally, in this first half. Corner comes in, and it's swinging right to the middle. It went very high from Mo Salah's corner, and it was an easy one for Pope to collect. Lots of scrutiny about Liverpool's set pieces this season. On Wednesday, in commentary, I mentioned that they were a marked improvement from all set pieces, free kicks, corners, the works. They looked a much better side than we saw in the first few months of the season. But that was a poor one there from Mo Salah, who just has not looked at the races tonight. Here's Gravenberch on the halfway line. Drops it back to Virgil van Dijk. Now back to Gravenberch again. Stops the ball dead, waits for an option. Not much movement here from Liverpool. It's a quick 1-2 with Gakpo, and now switched out to the right hand side. Mo Salah, lovely first touch down. Gets the ball in this time, but this time it's Pope that gets there ahead of Ekitike. But hey, at least he beat the first man this time, Mo Salah. That's the first time he's done so this evening. He's wanting to get involved in the game. He's asking for the ball. He's carrying the ball well. I think he's just too predictable. You just know what he's going to do. He's going to get around midway on the edge of the box, and then he's going to look to cut in on his left, take a touch into the box, and curl it across the goalkeeper. And defenders are wise to that now. That one there, where he's put the ball in instead, caught everybody out. Here's Gravenberch on the edge of the box, inside the D. Can't get the shot away. And now Newcastle will come away with the ball. There's 3 breaking at pace, and the ball through looking for Gordon is swept back by Konate. Alisson keeps it in play. Plays it out to Szoboszlai on the edge of the Liverpool box. Here comes Szoboszlai, just gets a canter through the middle. Lays the ball off for Gravenberch. And now here's Van Dijk inside the Newcastle half. Liverpool controlling the game, slowing the tempo. Gakpo released on the left-hand side, will run at the defence, plays it in to McAllister, who tries the 1-2. Gakpo goes down, half-hearted appeals for a penalty, mainly from the fans, and Newcastle will counter-attack. Gakpo has stayed down. Liverpool have won the ball back. Here's Gravenberch into the attacking third, goes for it from range. Dan Burn standing strong, heading away bravely on the edge of the box. And Gakpo has miraculously made a full recovery as Liverpool went on the attack. Newcastle back in possession. Ball down the left-hand side. It's Willock. Down the left still. Szoboszlai is there. It's played across to Barnes on the edge of the box. So a defensive error gives it away to Gordon through the legs of Kirkes and in the back of the net and gives Newcastle the lead. It's a lovely finish. And it comes from, I said defensive mistake, but it's harsh really because he's won the ball, but he's pushed it towards Gordon, who puts it through the legs of Kirkes, across goal. Alisson sees it late, and it's in the back of the net. And Anthony Gordon at it again. Liverpool 0, Newcastle 1. I think it's fair. I think Newcastle deserved to be in the lead from the first. That's the 36th minute that goal timed out, by the way. And I think in that 36 minutes, Newcastle have deserved it more. The corner count is probably the most accurate statistic in terms of who's looked the more likely to get a goal in this first half. They've had more of the possession. They've hit the woodwork as well, of course. And Anthony Gordon, I mentioned that Chelsea game, he's doing it again. He's ruffling feathers, getting in people's heads, winding them up. Real gamesmanship, but keeping a cool head himself. Giving Newcastle a deserved lead at Anfield. Not a lot you can do about that. Really well struck, good breakaway. But it all comes from Gakpo going down in the box with an inverted commas injury. Got back up when Liverpool were on the attack, but couldn't get involved in play. Newcastle have broken, counter-attacked, and got the ball in the back of the net. So back underway in the 38th minute. Here's Van Dijk down the left-hand side. Kirkes. Short cushion ball for Wirtz. Down the left-hand side with Gakpo. Back to Wirtz again. Cuts in field. Plays it to the right-hand side. Here's McAllister. Through to the edge of the box. Oh, nice one-touch passing from Liverpool. And the chance is turned behind by Chow and out for a corner. But that was some beautiful, quick one-touch passing there. Ekitike playing it in for Gravenberch, who was half a yard away from slotting that ball home. And Chow putting it behind for the Liverpool corner. Will this one be more effective than the last? Mo Salah puts the signal up. Still got the signal up. Nobody seems to be responding. Puts it in towards the near post, and Dan Burn, the first man, hooks that one away. Mo Salah will get there. Volleys it back into the box. Headed on by Konate. Ekitike takes the touchdown. Goes down under pressure. No sign of a penalty here. The referee quite happy there was nothing in that, and it looked a soft one at best for me. We'll come back to that in just a moment and see if there was anything in it, but for me, first angle, first impression was that's not a penalty. He's felt contact and gone down, but it's not a penalty. Contact isn't necessarily a foul, remember. Now here's Tonali. Plays it down the right. Trippier, beautiful ball through for Gordon on the right of the box, but inside the box. Plays it across goal. Alisson pushes it out. The defence alert to turn it away. Here's Gakpo, back to goal. Trippier comes in. Manages to get it away from Elanga as well, who was pressing. The clearance is blocked. Lands to a Liverpool man. Gordon going around Burn. Can he do it? Just about. Down the right-hand side. Here's Mo Salah. Can he get past Hull for what would be the fourth time today? No. It comes back to him, though. Another chance here. Puts it in. Diving header away. One on the edge of the box by Gravenberch. Now here's McAllister. Dinks it over the top. Headed away by Hall before Salah can get there. Gakpo trying to stop the clearance. Does so. Teams up with Ekitike. Juggles the ball past his man just inside the area. I think he was waiting for contact that didn't come. Plays it back down the line. Szoboszlai thinks about the long shot. Plays it in for Salah, whose shot is saved at the near post. And behind for a Liverpool corner. Oh, the flag is now up. Not sure when for. I think it was for the first. Oh, he's not, you know. It was for the first one. The dink through there for Mo Salah. I'm just looking at Ekitike going down as well. It looks like he kicks the ball into his own chest and then goes down. There was appeals that it was a handball from Ekitike, which would not have been given at all, because it's a ricochet and his hand wasn't unreasonably away from his body. I don't think Mo Salah was offside there. It's very, very, very tight. But I think Liverpool should have had a corner. But they don't. Newcastle have the goal kick. And it's headed away at the back by Liverpool. Half volley forward for Ekitike. Midway through the Newcastle half. Still going, Ekitike. Plays it to his right for Gakpo. And now Salah inside the box. Goes for a shot. It's blocked. Comes to the edge. It's Gravenberch. Now Wirtz. Dances through Wirtz. Plays it short. Ekitike! Back of the net. And back in the game. Liverpool 1, Newcastle 1. Ekitike with the equaliser. And I think he's put it through the legs of Pope, you know. But again, that quick pass in there from Liverpool, absolutely lethal on the edge of the box. As Ekitike celebrates with the fans. Liverpool 1, Newcastle 1. 5 minutes still added time. Ekitike on the ball here, starts this off, plays it to the right. Another pass to Salah, his ball in is blocked. Comes back out to the edge, it's bundled forward. Wirtz with a fantastic run to take 4 defenders out of the game. Just plays a short ball. He's on the left of the 6-yard box and just plays it to the edge. And Ekitike just stabs it goalwards. Real clever reaction finish from Ekitike. But Wirtz here deserves all the plaudits. But a brilliant near post finish from Ekitike. But Wirtz there is the hero. This absolutely brilliant little run. And he's done a couple of them today where he just really, the ball control, he keeps it so close to his body, has been absolutely brilliant. Really good dribbling, really good movement. And as we rejoin the pictures, Newcastle on the attack and they've put the ball over the bar. And it was Willock who had the shot. It was a clever ball through to split the defence. Being held off by Szoboszlai, just about gets round him. Van Dijk actually gets involved and stops the shot. It is a corner to Newcastle. Newcastle very nearly in double digits for corners in the first half of the game. We're in the 43rd minute now. What a time this would be to retake the lead. Corner comes in and it's curled right into the goal mouth and Alisson punches it away. Elanga on the end of this heads it down for Hall, down the left hand side. Barnes puts the ball in at the back post. Nobody can make contact with that and it's out for a goal kick. Alisson takes it quickly. Is Kirkez, whips it down the left hand side. Ekitike's got some space here and he's got Mo Salah in support if he wants him. Ekitike goes at it alone. Oh, it's a brilliant finish. Ekitike up the double. 2 in 2 for him, 2 in 2 for Liverpool, and it's 2-1 to the Reds. Everybody's expecting him to play this to Salah. The defence are not in position. They're all waiting for that ball to come across and it doesn't. So Ekitike just thinks, I'll keep going then. Takes a touch and carries on down the left-hand side of the box. And even then, everybody's still waiting for him to cross it. And he just, again, it's a similar sort of toe poke stab style effort to the first, but it goes across the goalkeeper and into the far post. It's a really poor one from Newcastle, particularly from a corner. But they're just waiting for him to cross the ball and he doesn't. And the finish, he stops as well. He loses a lot of momentum. A right-footed finish across goal from there with the outside of the boot. That should not be going in. It's a clever finish, and he's just read the defenders. He just thinks they all think I'm going to cross it. No one's expecting him to take that touch into the box, and no one's expecting him to hit it across goal when he does. 2 very clever little finishes there from Ekitike. And Liverpool have turned the game on its head. Liverpool 2, Newcastle 1. What a response that is from Arne Slot's side. 44 minutes played. Liverpool 2, Newcastle 1. The ball back to Pope. Hits it up, first touch, left-footed. Flicked on across the halfway line. Konate. Gravenberch. Wirtz, first touch, lay off to Ekitike. Back to Wirtz on the edge of the box. Tries to play it in. He probably should have gone it alone there. And it's out for a goal kick. There were people coming in there for Liverpool. They got Salah at the back post, Ekitike making the run through the middle. It wasn't a brilliant ball into either of them, in truth. 20 seconds left of normal time in this first half. Pope looks up, sizing up his options, ready to take the goal kick. Hits it long. Headed away by Van Dijk. Flicked on by Salah. Ekitike will miss out there as Byrne hoofs it long. The chase is on from Elanga. Konate does really well to read the game and shield the ball. Plays it back to Alisson. Gordon will give chase but not dare lunge in again. 5 minutes of added time shown in this first half. Clearance headed away by Dan Byrne again. Oh, and Harvey Barnes caught napping there. Dispossessed, taken off his toes by Szoboszlai down the right hand side. Mo Salah gets to the edge of the box, back to Szoboszlai. First touch ball in, turned behind for a corner by Thiaw, just as there was a chance brewing in the middle. He got there in the nick of time. So Liverpool with another corner in this first half. And Mo Salah will again take it. Puts the signal up at the far post. And it's curled in towards the penalty spot. Ekitike with the header, but he slices it wide. For a minute, we thought we were going to see a first half hat-trick from Hugo Ekitike. Van Dijk was thinking about getting on the end of it, but it was just out of his reach as well. 90 seconds of added time gone, 3.5 minutes to go. Pope again sets the ball on his 6-yard line, ready to hit this one long. It's gone down the right hand side from the goal kick, led away by Gakpo. Loose ball picked up by Barnes, looks to play it forward, turned away by Van Dijk. It's a long one upfield, headed away at the back by Byrne, headed back down by Wirtz, and now Kerkez down the left. Oh, that's clever there. He's got two players to beat, he's not going to do it, so he just flicks it past his man, and then the contact comes in and Ramsey's booked. Clever play from Kerkez. He knew what was happening there. Plays it past him, gets caught, wins the free kick. So that's the second booking of the game, both to Newcastle. Gordon, the goal scorer, and Ramsey both in the book. Halfway through added time, 2.5 down, 2.5 to go. Liverpool 2, Newcastle 1. Referee just having a conversation there with Kerkez, who is still down. The physio's coming over. The referee, I don't know what the referee is saying to him here, because he doesn't need to leave the field of play, of course, because Ramsey was booked for that. He's got every right to stay on the pitch and receive treatment. The physio is holding off for now. I'm not really sure why they won't just go on and treat him. There's nothing to lose by going on. If he says I'm okay, he can come straight back off, but if he wants some treatment, there's no repercussions there. He doesn't have to come off. He is back on his feet now. The physios have stayed off. Szoboszlai clears his nose. It's a lovely camera angle, and he's stood over this one, yard in from the touchline, 25 yards from goal, flicks it in. Oh, there's a flicked header over the bar. It was McAllister on the end of that one. Good delivery. Szoboszlai really has been a set-piece specialist for the Reds. The header flicked over the bar. 70 seconds of added time left. On a slot pacing his technical area. Happy with the scoreline, not necessarily with what he's seen overall. But he'll be very pleased with the response from his Liverpool side as we enter the final minute of added time. The 50th minute of the game. Pope hits this one long. It bounces over the first two targets, headed away by Gravenberch, stabbed forward by Tonali. Loose ball picked up by Kerkez, looks up immediately to see if there's an option on, hits it long, looking to switch the play to Mo Salah. It's a little bit behind him, and Hall will marshal this one out for a Newcastle throw. 30 seconds remain. Time, if Newcastle are efficient, to get the ball up the pitch and have one last attack in this first half. They're taking the time. 15 seconds left now. It's a quick 1-2 back to Hall, who slices it out for a Liverpool throw. And that will be about that for the first half. There'll be time to take the throw in, but not really do much with it. It's thrown back to Konate. Plays it short to Van Dijk. Back to Kirkaz, back to Alisson. Referee not calling time just yet. There's a minimum of 5 minutes, of course. Long ball played forward here to Gakpo. Flicks it over the head of Trippier for Ekitike, who turns Elanga. Plays it short to McAllister. Cross to Konate in the centre circle. Down the right-hand side. A little bit overzealous, that ball to Salah. Chests it down. And that is the half-time whistle. And a quick-fire double from Ekitike turned the game on its head after Gordon's opener. And at the break at Anfield, it's Liverpool 2, Newcastle. To Liverpool as we rejoin the action live here on Flash Score, and it's Liverpool who get us underway. Here is Gravenberch being held off by Barnes, played back to Byrne. Forward to Gnarly down the right hand side. Liverpool with a quick fire double to get into the lead after Newcastle took the lead through Gordon. Gordon also on a yellow card. No changes at the break that we are aware of for either side as well. Here's Elanga. Drops the ball back down the line. It's Woodwork. Now with Chow. Into Byrne in the centre circle. Now Hall. Plays it down the left for Barnes. Back into Hall. Nice triangle passing. Willock on the left hand side. Cuts in field. Plays it across to Tonali. With Ramsey. Back to Trippier. Down the right hand side for Elanga. Kirkez trying to hold him off. He's gone down very easily there. And the linesman giving the throw in. Elanga not happy, but there's very, very little contact there. So Liverpool 2, Newcastle 1. FTK with 2 toe-poked goals into the back of the Newcastle net. Taken. Verts drops the ball off. It's now chipped over, looking for Szoboszlai. Battling with Barnes. Gets there and wins that battle. Now plays it back to Van Dijk. Gordon will give chase. Plays it to Kirkaz and across to Alisson. Liverpool looking to try and control the game. Unbeaten against Newcastle in 18 Premier League games. They've also been unbeaten in the last 29 against Newcastle here at Anfield. It's Newcastle's joint longest winless run against an opponent in their league history. Liverpool looking to make that 30 at Anfield. 2-1 off in the second half. There's a foul there on Willock. Free kick. Dan Byrne has just right in front of the referee. As he's looking, he's just ran with the ball and moved it forward, and the referee just laughs at him and points it back and makes the gesture with his arms to say how far forward he's brought the ball. So it is now moved back to its original position, but the referee affording a laugh there of what he's seen. Tonali pumps this one long. It comes up to the edge of the box. It's headed away by Konate. Picked up here by Tonali. Lays it off to Hall down that left-hand side. And Willock coming forward again, gets to the edge of the box. It's a quick 1-2, and Gravenberch stops the return ball. He's trying to clear the ball, and his own teammates are in his way. Takes another touch, eventually does clear it. Ekitike picks up the loose ball after it was headed away by Trippier. Plays it short for Gakpo, across to Mo Salah on the right-hand side. Lays it off to the edge of the box, and the sweeping shot forward from Szoboszlai is a tame one, and a relatively comfortable save for Nick Pope. Watching the replay again of this, Mo Salah not daring take on Hall. He's lost out too many times. Here's McAllister to Konate in the centre circle. Now Szoboszlai. Mo Salah, oh that's poor, he's tried to play it forward first time and Hall has got the better of Mo Salah again. I seem to recall the last time these two sides met, I was on commentary and I've said the same thing, that Hall had absolutely had Salah in the back pocket, and it's history repeating itself tonight. Hall takes the throw in for Newcastle. And it's Murphy, holds off Wirtz, gets the ball to Tonali. Chipped out to the right hand side. Trippier takes the one down, plays it into the edge of the box. Good shove there from Konate to get in front of his man and clear the ball away. Hall will head it on. Here's Willock, helps it on its way. It's now with Gordon. Ball in the Liverpool box, but they've got the ball under control here, Liverpool. Down the right hand side. Ekitike gives chase and capitalises on a mistake. Oh, he's put it well wide of the far post. Got that one completely wrong. Just goes to show what happens when you don't toe poke the ball. But he just wrestled with Byrne, got round him, one-on-one. He was on the right-hand side of goal this time, rather than the left. And it was a poor effort, really. It was curling away from goal. It was getting further away from goal all the time. So 50 minutes gone. Liverpool 2, Newcastle 1. TK with a chance to get his hat-trick there early in the second half. Here's Byrne. Long left-footed ball upfield. Alisson comes to the edge of his box, marshals it back, and will take a few touches here, waiting for some Newcastle pressure before he picks this one up. It's not forthcoming, and Barnes eventually does so. Alisson picks the ball up. 51 minutes gone. Volleys this one long out of his hands, looking to try and see the bounce come to Gakpo, but it's been read well at the back by Trippier. Willock steps in field, plays the ball down the left-hand side. Gordon in a foot race with Van Dijk. Van Dijk gets there first, sweeps it behind for a Newcastle corner. 52 minutes played. Liverpool 2, Newcastle 1. Reminder of how the Premier League table looks as it stands, with Liverpool in the lead. They move up to 5th on 39 points, a point behind Chelsea in 4th. As the cross comes in from the corner to the back post and Byrne tries to turn it in. Elanga picks up the loose ball on the edge of the box. Curls his run out to the right, puts the ball in. It's bounced past everybody. Trippier is there. Half volley back into the box, headed away by Konate. Elanga volleys it back in at the near post. Alisson gets there first, and it is cleared away eventually. But that was good from Newcastle. They won the first, second and third balls there. Kept putting them back in the box. Long ball pumped forward now, looking for Byrne, held off by Konate and out for a goal kick. So Newcastle dropped to 10th on 33 points. A 6-point gap now between themselves and 5th place Liverpool in the hunt for European football. They're also neck and neck with their arch rivals Sunderland, both on 33 points as it stands. The Mackems with a game in hand, however. Free kick given now to Liverpool on the right hand side. Willock throws the ball. Szoboszlai refusing to move to collect that one. Bit of gamesmanship from both. Willock's trying to throw it further back, so the free kick's taken further away. Szoboszlai happy to let that roll past him and waste a bit of time. And the free kick is hit crossfield, looking for Kirkhead. The header's won by Newcastle. Van Dijk picks up the loose ball, clears it back down that left-hand side. It's headed back by Trippier to Pope. Rolls this one out to Byrne inside the Newcastle box. Dan Byrne slides it forward. Flick out to Hall, doesn't quite work. Mo Salah there picking up the loose ball. Now Gravenberch turns his man beautifully and runs through the middle of the pitch, tries to release it for Ekitike, who at full stretch couldn't quite get there. Now here's Szoboszlai in the attacking third, slowly moving forward, plays it to McAllister. Gravenberch, Kirkes. Gakpo, good run from the left and tries to cut in and have the shot, and it's wide of the near post. Just tries to roll it into that near post. Seen them do that many, many times. And very few of them have gone in. So goal kick here for Newcastle. Pope takes it. Liverpool ahead of this round of fixtures. Had a joint league high of 13 goals beyond the 75th minute, which would suggest late drama is going to unfold here. We shall see as the ball comes down the left of the box for Elanga, whose first time effort is offside. Is saved at the near post by Alisson. Half-time result has been replicated at full-time in 9 of Liverpool's 11 home league games this season. 4 of Newcastle's last 5 matches featured less than 2.5 goals. We've already blown that one. The half-time result's been replicated at full-time in 9 of Newcastle's 11 away league games this campaign. Based on that and Liverpool's similar statistic, we would expect Liverpool to go on and win this. But football is not that straightforward. Liverpool come forward with the ball. Chow with a overzealous pull on Cody Gakpo, and that's going to be a free kick to Liverpool. 56 minutes gone. A yellow card's been shown here as well by the referee. I'm not sure who's shown that to. Trying to wait for confirmation to see who is just booked. I think it might have been someone on the bench. Flashed the card quite a distance away. I think it's gone to somebody on the Newcastle bench. We'll wait for confirmation of that as Liverpool size up their options. It looks bang in line with the right hand upright as they look at goal. And about 5 or 6 yards away from the edge of the box. Szoboszlai has stood over this one. I've not even got anybody else secondary over the ball to make it look like someone else might hit this. It's Szoboszlai all day long. Dinks it towards the far post, and Van Dijk with a header on target, saved by the goalkeeper. Relatively tame one though. Mo Salah could be the first player in Premier League history to both score and assist 10 goals against one opponent. Bobby Barnes could be the threat down the stretch with the 9 of his last 12 coming after half-time. The only previous strike against Liverpool came after half-time as well. Here's Byrne. Here's it short to Chow. Forward for Murphy, and it's hacked down there. And a yellow card is going to be shown to McAllister for that one. And he's not happy with the decision, but I think that's probably fair. Just going to watch the reverse angle on this. Yeah, he doesn't even touch the ball. He's gone round the player and caught him and not the ball. That's a yellow card all day long. No disputing that. That is Liverpool's first booking of the day. Free kick pumped into the box, and it drops for Barnes. That was a brilliant effort, pushed away by Alisson and cleared away. It was a really nice effort from Barnes. He's hit the woodwork already today. He's forced a good save from Alisson there as well. Ball comes in, Trippier gets the header down, and Barnes swings the boot at it, hits a sweet volley towards goal, bouncing off the turf. Alisson does well to drop and get there. Here's Gravenberch. Dylan Nash has been in touch, he's listening at home, says really good commentary, thank you very much. As Newcastle look to break away down the right hand side, it's a good slide to block it away. Wirtz is there, it's a quick 1-2. Liverpool have a man down, but they're playing on for now. Gakpo, I think that was meant for Ekitike, and there was a bit of confusion there. And Newcastle pick up the loose ball. Here's Hall down the left for Barnes. And the overlap now with Hall, gets the ball in low and at the near post. Alisson gathers that one comfortably. Szoboszlai's appealing for something there off the ball, not sure what happened there. The ball played out to the right hand side. Here's Mo Salah, can he finally cut inside and beat a man? He's played it short instead, and Wirtz in the box, still going here. Hall gets a really clever foot in to win the ball back, teams up with Tonali and gets the ball away. Chested down by Konate, turns his man, plays it into Van Dijk in the centre circle. Now McAllister, Gravenberch, Szoboszlai. Salah back to Szoboszlai again. It's the final half an hour at Anfield. It took us 36 minutes to get the first goal of this game, and then we had 3 before the half-time break. Hope springs eternal for more late goals here. The last time Liverpool lost in the Premier League against Newcastle was away. That was in December 2015, just over 10 years ago. Here's Mo Salah. Tries to get into the box, and once again he's been stopped. Barnes helping out this time, but in effect another battle lost to Lewis Hall. Here's McAllister. Szoboszlai cuts it past his man, Anthony Gordon. Just cut out the game for a moment. Squares it across to Van Dijk. Kirkes back to Van Dijk again, toying with his man. It's Konate. To Van Dijk again, now Kirkes down that left hand side, flicked on by Gakpo. Ekitike involved as well. Elanga picks up the ball, plays it back into the box. It's Byrne, forward to Murphy. Ball down the right is slid and blocked out for a Newcastle throw. Still no changes in this game. You would anticipate Newcastle will look to make some as time goes on. Alexander Isak is on the Liverpool bench. Newcastle all too familiar with him, it's fair to say. Here comes Hall down the left hand side, being out-muscled by Konate, wins the ball, plays it into Gravenberch. Now back to, who was that there? I think that was that Gravenberch? Not sure. Good run. Anyway, it's back with Kirkes, now back to the goalkeeper. Alisson hits it long first time. It's won in the air by Newcastle, but headed straight to McAllister. Plays a nice ball out to the left-hand side. Here's Gakpo. Gets into the box and still going. Goes past his man, looks to dink it back. It's headed away by Hall. Gakpo will get there first. Trippier will close him down. Still Gakpo. Goes past Trippier. Plays it back to the edge of the box for McAllister. Lays it off short for Gravenberch, who's facing goal. He goes for it. Swings a boot at it. And it's a long way over the bar. Not a great finish, it's fair to say. Taken. Just on the halfway line, header won by Liverpool. Taken down and played to Wirtz. Looks to try and get this forward. Hall again has stopped it. I'd love to see the stats on how many interceptions Hall has made in this game. He's been really, really effective. And he's got up the pitch really well. He's been involved in attacks. Another very assured performance from Lewis Hall. Ball out for a throw in here, and Anthony Gordon, insistent that it is Newcastle's. It's gone Liverpool's way and he's not happy. Liverpool fans behind him having a laugh. Long ball hit forward looking for Gakpo. It's been headed away back towards the goalkeeper. Pope gathers this one. 65 minutes gone. 25 minutes to go and Newcastle need to roll the dice and make some changes. The game's got quite stale. Liverpool have controlled the tempo, slowed things down, taken the sting out of the occasion. Changes need to be made. Here's Barnes on the left. It's a lovely curling ball in, but it's straight at Alisson. Nobody there to attack it. 66 minutes gone. And Liverpool looking comfortable at the moment. Alisson hits this one long. He's hit it all the way to his opposite number. It actually bounced on the 18-yard line of Pope's box. Pope rolls it out. Here's Dan Burn. Only 4 attempts in the second half and all Liverpool's way. There was 8 to Liverpool, 6 to Newcastle in the first half. Ekitike heads the ball down for Gakpo. Plays it short to Wirtz. And Wirtz out to Mo Salah inside the box. Back to Wirtz. Oh, it's a beautiful finish. Florian Wirtz with a little deft touch and it just clicks in off the post and Liverpool double the lead. It's Liverpool 3, Newcastle 1 and it's out of nowhere. Liverpool have, as I mentioned, they've just really dumbed this game down. It's become a very mundane affair. They've controlled it expertly. And with the tempo dropping, everyone just calming down and not really going hell to leather like we saw in the first half. They've picked the ball up. They've played it beautifully in and around the box. And Wirtz is there. He's inside the box with plenty of space around him. No one tight to him. And he just diverts it goalwards first touch. Lovely little finish. It rolls between Chow and Pope. Clips in off the post. And gives Liverpool a buffer. Liverpool 3, Newcastle 1. Newcastle fleetingly in front in this game. Shout out to Buzzer, who's listening as well, another Derbyshire United player, saying great commentary on the game tonight. Thank you very much. Thanks for listening. Thank you for joining us here on Flash Score, where it's Liverpool 3, Newcastle 1. And now back underway, and here is Gordon. Plays it to the left-hand side. Harvey Barnes puts him behind his man, plays it to the edge of the box for Willock. Crowded out there by Liverpool players, and now Liverpool look to counter, and Liverpool have got a bit between the teeth now. It's played out to Mo Salah on the right. He's behind the defence. Hall is trying to stop him but can't. Oh, he's stabbed it wide. He's tried to do an Ekitike style finish with his left boot there, and put it into the side netting. It was asking for a right foot sweep across goal. But again, typical of Salah tonight, movement's very good, but Lewis Hall is in his head rent-free. Can afford to miss that one though, at 3-1 up. We'll hope it won't come back to haunt him. I mentioned before Liverpool's third that I felt Newcastle needed to make some changes, and that has only been exacerbated by that third goal, and still no changes made. You just wonder whether Isak will feature tonight. Will it be a case of we don't need him, and with all the animosity around that move, there's no point playing him unless unless we actually needed him? Or will it be the flip side of, well, we can put him on because we're 3-1 up and there's no pressure, and it will help? Be interesting to see if he does feature tonight. I can't imagine it's one of those scenarios where you want to. A lot of players, when they play against their old club, will speak to the manager and say, I really want to play. I want to play against my old teammates, and I want to see my old fans, and I want to be involved. I don't get the feeling that it's that sort of occasion for Alexander Isak. Voltemade is being readied. I'm amazed that it's taken this long for him to be involved. Newcastle on the ball played out to the left hand side. Here's Harvey Barnes, cuts into the box. He's being held off really well here by Gravenberch, and eventually Szoboszlai is the one with the vital foot in, wins the ball, chips it forward. It's over Ekitike, and it's turned back to Pope by Trippier. Inside is D, takes his time, plays it forward to Tonali. Tonali plays it out to the right hand side. It's a poor one forward into the centre circle. Gravenberch unopposed. Plays forward now to Wirtz, dropped back to McAllister. 1-2 with Szoboszlai. Kante. Van Dijk. Kerkez back to Van Dijk. All of this happening inside the Newcastle half. McAllister, now Szoboszlai. Here's Mo Salah. Tries to get it into Ekitike. Newcastle come away with the ball. They've won a free kick on this near side. And I think, are they going to make the change now? Looks like we're going to see a triple change. Harvey Barnes is going to make way. And Visser is going to come on. Thought Anthony Gordon was coming off for a minute. He's just come over just to get some instructions and shake hands of teammates coming on and off. Voltemade comes on. Imagine having Voltemade and Visser and waiting until the 71st minute when you're 3-1 down. That is strange to me. Visser, Murphy and Voltemade all on, replacing Elanga, Willock and Barnes. So 72.5 minutes gone now as we resume play. Liverpool 3, Newcastle 1. Liverpool yet to make any changes in this game. We can't afford to make any defensive changes. There's no one left. But I think Arne Slot knows Newcastle are no mugs. They're a good team. They've got some very strong players, and they won't want to chuck the youngsters on like they did in midweek, because the game is not anywhere near put to bed. They won't make any defensive changes because, well, they don't have any. It would literally be a case of like for like players just to freshen things up. But whilst they're in control at 3-1, it makes perfect sense to just leave it as it is and see the game out at 3-1 rather than roll the dice and open the game back up. There's Dan Burn. Goes through the centre circle. Plays it out to the left. It's slid away. Loose ball picked up by Ekitike. Now here's Wirtz. He's got options. Goes left with Gakpo. Two Liverpool players in the box to his right. Cuts behind. Drops it to Wirtz on the edge. Dummies it past to Tonali. Can't get the shot away. and then he's adjudged to have pushed him down as he tried to win the ball back. So free kick to Newcastle on the edge of their own box. Newcastle have failed to win any of their last 29 Premier League away games against Liverpool. As it stands, that's going to be 30. Liverpool looking to complete the Premier League double for the 12th time against Newcastle, as they've done against a specific opponent in the competition. Currently joint 11 with West Ham. Here's Konate. Now Szoboszlai goes past Hall down the right-hand side. Plays it into Salah. Now Gravenberch goes between two Newcastle players. Lovely run and past the third. And still going here, Gravenberch plays it out to Mo Salah, who was not expecting it and had to really put the pace on to get there, and does. Back into Gravenberch in the box. Salah makes his way back into a dangerous position. Szoboszlai dinks it in towards the back post. Diving header away, helped on by Voltemade. Visser picks up the loose ball. Good challenge from Konate to win it back for Liverpool. Loose ball picked up by Wirtz and played back to Van Dijk. We're into the final 15 minutes at Anfield. Liverpool 3, Newcastle 1, live here on Flash Score. McAllister, Gravenberch, Szoboszlai, Salah back to Szoboszlai, into Ekitike on the edge of the box. Lovely back heel. Here's Szoboszlai, McAllister, across to Van Dijk, Kirkez. Some more one-touch passing from Liverpool. Kirkez has gone down off the ball. The referee told him to get back up and play on. And here's Gravenberch. Good balance to stay on his feet. Ekitike now with the loose ball. Tries to, I'm not sure really was trying to dink that too, but he's given it away. It's Voltemade. Taken down fairly by Liverpool, says the referee. Ball played forward looking for Salah, and it's been turned away. And now headed back to Pope. Rolls this one out. Right-hand side, Newcastle building with Trippier. It's all very lethargic though. When you look at Newcastle, when they're on the ball, everybody's sort of stood still looking around waiting for something to happen. Nobody's making it happen. Jan Visser's trying to do that now, pointing where he wants the ball to go. Gordon couldn't make that happen. It's a 1-2 instead with Hall. Now down the left, overlapping run from Hall, plays it in low, turned away by Konate, and out for a throw into Newcastle, 30 yards from goal. On the halfway line, Byrne receives the throw, plays it into the centre circle. It's Cho. Voltemade, back to Trippier. Chow again. Looks to play this one across. It's been stopped by Gordon. Swing wide. Not a bad effort. When it left his boot, it looked a good strike. It's a couple of yards wide of this near post. It was a nice touchdown. Sets the ball, whips it goalwards. Yeah, it's a bit further wide than it looked, if I'm being brutally honest. Shout out to Heather Zass, who's listening. Thank you for joining us tonight on Flash Score. As Newcastle start to build from the back once more. Here's Lewis Hall. Tonali. On the right hand side with Trippier. Played back again to Pope. And down the left again with Gordon. Voltemade. Hall. puts the ball in, it's headed away by Konate. Now Hall to take the throw. It's a quick 1-2 back to him. Now play back to Tonali, acres of space, has the shot, it's been blocked by Szoboszlai, loops into the air. Trippier to take the corner. Comes straight in, swinging goalwards. Alisson plucks it out the air. Not everyone can score from a corner. Very nearly did though. And Szoboszlai. Liverpool just toying with Newcastle now. Kickoff. 10 minutes to go in this one. Alisson. It's this one long, down the middle. Ekitike losing out to Burn, which is unsurprising really. I think most people would. Gordon comes back, he's in the left back position at the minute, turns the ball back to Pope. Long ball up the field, Konate heads it back. Burn, Chow, Trippier. It's the first time tonight that Liverpool have scored more than twice in their home games in the league this season. On average just 1.45 goals a game at Anfield this term. It's the first time since beating Bournemouth in the opening weekend of the season they've managed to score more than 2 goals. It's the lowest average home goals in a campaign since 2012. Newcastle looking to build again. Trippier puts the ball in, it's headed away. Loose ball picked up by Hall. He's turned to Salah and then looked up and seen the referee stop play for a head injury in the box. Ekitike who's down. The physio is on quickly. While we're waiting for this injury to resolve itself, let me rattle off some more of my notes that I'm probably not going to get a chance to go through between now and full time. Anyway, no side has scored more goals in the final 15 minutes of Premier League games this season than Liverpool, with 13. Only Bournemouth have conceded more in this time frame than Newcastle, who conceded 12 in the final 15 minutes. And against no side has Liverpool's Mo Salah been involved in more Premier League goals than he has against Newcastle. 10 goals and 9 assists before today. An assist in this match sees him become the first player in Premier League history to record double figures for both goals and assists against an opponent. Ekitike is coming off to a hero's welcome, celebrating with the fans. So he's not going to be able to make it a hat-trick. And he's going to be replaced by Curtis Jones. Mo Salah being replaced by Federico Chiesa in a double change for the Reds. 83.5 minutes gone. Newcastle are going to make a change themselves. Just Just waiting for confirmation of that Newcastle change. Still waiting for confirmation of that Newcastle change as Ekitike makes his way to the bench. And it's Kieran Trippier who's being replaced. And Asula comes on in his place for the final, what have we got left? 5 minutes, just over. As we rejoin the action, Newcastle in possession down the right-hand side. Asula plays it down the wing. It's cut back towards Voltemade, hooked away by Gravenberch. And Chaser on the end of this. Gets there, drops it to Wirtz. It's a quick 1-2. Now here's Jones. Gakpo turns and plays it back out onto the left wing. And now back with Kirkes. Well, now into the final 5 minutes of normal time. And the ball back with Van Dijk. That's a handball from Hall, is it? Nothing given by the referee. Long ball forward. It looked like a handball. Jones with a brilliant slide tackle to win it back. Is then barged down by Hall, and that is a free kick to Liverpool. The yellow card is shown to Dan Burn for his reaction to that decision. And he's still talking to the ref, and the referee is warning him that it will be a red card if he carries on. And Dan Burn is not letting up. And he has now walked away in the nick of time because Dan Burn was perilously close to getting 2 yellow cards in quick succession. Tari Endu is now getting ready to come on for Liverpool. And he's going to come on to replace Florian Wirtz, who got his goal today. Mo Salah has gone down, of course, with the assist for Wirtz, so he's made history today. He is the first player in history to get 10 goals and 10 assists against another club. Konate back to Alisson. Long ball forward down the left-hand side. It's dropped back. Here's Jones. Played in now for Gakpo. Turns round his man. Dan Burn gets there. And then, oh, that's a nasty one on a booking. He's got to be careful. Gakpo immediately remonstrating. The referee comes over to calm things down. Dan Burn is walking a tightrope there. He's got in. The ball's just gone out of play when he slides in. The referee's just having a word here. We can watch this back. So, yeah, he goes, as the ball's going out of play, as it's crossing the line, he slides in. When he makes contact, the ball's gone. But for me, he doesn't get the ball. I don't see how this can't be a second yellow card. I think the referee's bottled that one a little bit because he's not touched the ball. So ignore whether the ball's gone out. If the ball's gone out of play and he's slid in, then that's an argument for a yellow card in itself. If the ball's still in play and he slides in and he takes the man and not the ball and he's already on a yellow card, I don't see how that can't be any other outcome than a second yellow card. But he's got away with it, Dan Burn. 90 seconds left of the 90 as all the stewards in their fluorescent orange high-vis jackets get in place. Corner's taken short, it's played in and cleared away. Endo with the header up in the air. Visser jumps over Jones, misses the ball. Jones heads it calmly away, comes back to him. He lays it off to Konate. Inside the Liverpool half now. Plays it back to Kirkez. Another long ball down that left-hand side, and it's headed out for a Liverpool throw. Into the final minute of normal time. Liverpool 3, Newcastle 1. Liverpool in no rush to take this one. Van Dijk, clever ball through to Gravenberch. Tonali puts the pressure on, it's advantage given to Liverpool. Jones plays it out to the left hand side. Gakpo gets round his man, dinks it across goal. There's nobody at the back post, and it's headed out for a corner by Murphy. It's a Murphy, by the way, because they are both now on the pitch. So Szoboszlai comes over to take the corner, so this is going to be an outswinger. We are now into added time. We'll wait to see the confirmation of how many minutes have been shown. 5 again, as per the first half. Szoboszlai's delivery, it's volleyed goalwards and bounces over the bar. Took a deflection on its way. Konate with the volley. Indeed deflected behind by Visser. Was it Visser? It might be Voltemade behind him actually. So Szoboszlai to take it again, puts the signal up, and this one goes towards the back post and Visser blocks it out. Endo is there, sweeps it up, picks it up and plays it out to the right hand side for Szoboszlai. Lovely back heel for Endo. First touch ball into the box, big header away on the edges. Van Dijk with the volley wide of the far post. Nicely controlled volley, kept it low. It's fizz wide of the far post. That's the first of the 5 added minutes up. I'm going to have a think about the man of the match for today. I have to give it Wirtz. I think Ekitike scored twice, turned the game around, but Wirtz has scored one. He assisted the second brilliantly, but I mentioned at the time that he deserved all the credit. He's done some brilliant runs today, and that was just one of them. As the long ball bounces kindly here for Gakpo in the box, spinning around, trying to make space, and eventually wins the corner. But yeah, Wirtz for me he's created so much. He's only got 1 goal. Ekitike's got 2, but when you think about how much he's created, he's got a goal, he's got an assist, but there's so many other chances that could have been put away. We could be talking about Wirtz having a hat-trick of goals and assists, to be quite honest. He's been really influential today in the Liverpool attack. So for me, Wirtz is the man of the match. 2 minutes down, 3 to go of added time. So put up by Szoboszlai for the corner. Comes into the 6-yard box. It's been dropped by the goalkeeper. Konate plays it forward and it's bundled in. It's gone off a defender, I think. Konate will probably be credited with it. That is an embarrassing howler for Newcastle to concede. The keeper drops it, but for me, it's just watching that ball roll slowly into the net and nobody react to it that makes it so cringy and so much worse. Liverpool 4, Newcastle 1, and Liverpool have scored 10 goals in their last 3 games. A 6-0 win in midweek, followed up with a 4-1 victory at Anfield. 93 minutes gone, Liverpool 4, Newcastle 1. Konate is crying, Konate is incredibly emotional down there. He just can't contain the emotion. He's got that goal. It's been such a tough time for him. He's just back in the squad, of course, after a personal leave. And he's put the ball in the back of the net, overcome with emotion.